Thank you, Anne, and hello from Durham, North Carolina. You can see on the slide just some of the big issues that this town hall identified. I'll try to summarize the main conclusions, and I'll start with a point I made in my own presentation at the town hall. Peace Corps has 3 goals, but you wouldn't know it from how volunteers are recruited, trained, and supported. The chart on our slide shows approximately how I divided my time in training in Moldova. I spent more than half of my time on language learning. I spent almost all of the rest on job training and cultural training, plus many sessions on Peace Corps policies, medical security, and so forth. I spent almost no time on Goal 2 and none on Goal 3. PCVs in other countries tell a similar story. Ironically, about a decade ago, the largest survey ever was carried out among our PCVs. They were asked to reflect on how they had the biggest impact. Their answer wasn't their job or secondary project. It was goals 2 and 3, the very thing that Peace Corps often treats as a would be nice add-on to the real business of job 1. Just imagine how much more impactful volunteers could be if Peace Corps treated goals 2 and 3 as top-level priorities. Without these goals, Peace Corps is primarily a development organization. With them, it truly embraces its mission of promoting world peace and friendship. The Peace Corps Third Goal Office has encouraged PCVs to share their stories in interesting ways. It's organized contests to highlight volunteer videos, blogs, and storytelling. On the Peace Corps Stories site, volunteers tell stories in their own words. A lot of this work is terrific, but some participants in our town hall said they'd never heard of it. Their program staff didn't consider it important. If members of our own community are unaware of these initiatives, it's little wonder the general public often seems surprised that Peace Corps still exists. Peace Corps also tells volunteer stories on its social media platforms. PCVs are using social media as well, which is great. Yet, Peace Corps does little to train them in doing this. I had training in community mapping, cultural sensitivity, let girls learn, emergency evacuations, sexual assault, HIV/AIDS, and on and on. But as for communicating with my host country about the diversity of America, or with people back home about the realities of the developing world, there was next to nothing. Again, based on what was discussed at our town hall, my experience wasn't unique. Goal 2 and Goal 3 are central to Peace Corps' mission. They're not just a nice thing for volunteers to do in their spare time. Peace Corps needs to hire and train staff not only for their development and project expertise, but for how they can advance the other 2 goals. It should add staff with expertise in communications, preferably in every country, but at least regionally. Every post should have a PCV committee to promote volunteer communications. The goal in this isn't to tell happy stories about American saviors, but to promote honest dialogue through ethical storytelling, including on issues such as racial diversity and racial justice and diversity. Indeed, much of our town hall's discussion focused on the need for goals 2 and 3 to be reinterpreted to directly address these kinds of issues. Peace Corps should also pursue more direct coordination with university programs, State Department exchange programs, and others, and expand opportunities for host country partners to share their own stories. Just as with other priorities, such as helping girls learn or improving community health, Peace Corps needs to hold staff and PCVs accountable for goals 2 and 3 and measure its results. As numerous participants pointed out, Peace Corps can't succeed with these goals on its own. It needs to work much more closely with our PCVs and NPCA, as well as with affiliate groups and others, and expand efforts such as Worldwide Schools and Speakers Match. It should coordinate with NPCA to transition departing volunteers to our PCV groups, which requires a lot more than an information sheet in the COS packet. Peace Corps is an amazing organization that can become even greater by finding a better balance among its 3 goals while remaining non-political and committed to its development agenda. It needs to give Goal 2 and Goal 3 the attention and resources they deserve. Thanks.